The 2023 Motorola RAZR Plus is a fantastic phone, even a year later. So this phone has been out right about a year now, and it's got a lot of great things going for it. Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, big 6.9-inch screen, 165 hertz refresh rate, and I love this Pantone color that they have. I got it from T-Mobile whenever I bought mine, but it made a big splash last year, and I still think it's the best folding or best flip phone that you can get here in the States in 2023. And even a year later, it has a lot of reasons that I think it's still a fantastic phone. And I want to talk about it in this video. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now, let's talk about the RAZR Plus 2023 and 2024. The RAZR Plus 2023 caught a lot of people by surprise because a lot of people, I think, counted Motorola out, and we had the Motorola RAZR that came out a few years ago, but it was a little on the expensive side. It was a little kind of cheap in the hardware department. I really didn't like a lot of stuff they did, especially for the amount of money they wanted. It wasn't the right time. But 2023 was the right time, the right place, and I think that they kicked Samsung's butt with this phone. You've got the 6.9-inch screen, you've got the over 3-inch screen on the front, which is nice because you can use any app that you want with it. This isn't like the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 where you have to use Good Lock and you have to go in and do all these things to get apps to work with the front, with the labs. All you have to do is just go into the menu and add it. On the second screen, there's a little pencil button and you can manage your apps and add whatever you want. You can use it. You can play Boom Beach on here, you can watch YouTube, you can do whatever you want. And that's one of the great winning characteristics because it has right about a 3,800 milliamp battery, which is good. Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, you should get all day battery with this. But when it comes to these phones, the beauty of the front screen is you can do stuff on the front without having to open it up, which of course uses more brightness, uses more battery, uses more power. So it helps save you in that department. So even though it's got a smaller battery than some of the big flagship phones, it doesn't have a 5,000 milliamp battery, doesn't have a 4,500 milliamp. I found that it still gets me pretty much all day battery, and it's really cool too because you got the LTPO display, 165 hertz refresh rate, you've got the fingerprint scanner built into the power button, which works really well. You've got wireless charging, and you've also got regular charging as well. Now, one downside, it has IP52 dust and water resistance. So there's no IP67, no IP68, but whenever it comes to like having the faux leather on the back, you don't want to get that wet anyway. So the thing is with this phone, definitely don't want to go take it out in the water, which is one of the downsides from the Flip 5, but it was also cheaper. And as of right now, you can buy it unlocked, no gimmicks, no extras, no nothing for $699. I think at $699, this is still a very valuable, very, very good phone. I think they've been pretty decent with the software updates. One thing they really need to do though, is they need to move over and do monthly security patches and updates. So like the Motorola ThinkPhone, because it's more of a business and enterprise phone, it does the security patches every month, but this one is every other month. So you get 3 years of operating system updates, 4 years of security patches, but they're every other month. So I really think Motorola needs to get all their phones online with that every month kind of deal, but I think it's good. I think the cameras are good too. Now, that might sound crazy because Motorola is not usually known for their cameras, but when we did that whole blind camera comparison this last year, MKBHD, if you know who he is, he's like the biggest YouTube, like tech YouTuber in the United States. He does a blind camera comparison every year and it gets better and better and better. He threw so many different phones in there. And whenever it came out, like you could see which ones you got as your top picks for the phones. And out of all the phones that were listed for the regular camera, whenever I took a look at my results, the Motorola RAZR Plus 2023 was the one I thought looked the best, and it was a blind camera test. So I think that says a lot. It went up against the S23 Ultra, it went against the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I mean, it went up against a lot of different phones, and this is what I picked. So I'm not even knowing what it was. So I think the cameras are good. The video quality is perfectly fine. And then of course, you've got one of the best benefits you get right here, the folding phone. You get this folding screen, and they did a little bit different design. Like the crease they have in their screen is not too big of a deal. It's better than on Samsung. It's a little bit wider, but it's shallower and it's less noticeable. So that's good. I've had this thing for almost a year now, and it's still in good shape. Now, there's a lot of people who'd be like, oh, it's not that good, it's a Motorola. Look, as long as you treat your phone properly, you take care of it, I think that it's going to probably hold up. I haven't had any issues with mine. I think the build quality is good. I think they've done a good job with the hinge. I mean, the hinge is basically flush with the phone. It's not oversized, it's not big, it's not bulky. And one other cool thing is, with the benefits of having the front screen, you can use it with the camera. Ta-da! So if you want to take selfies and use the better camera on the front than the one on the inside, you can do that. And it's very easy to do it with Motorola with their gestures, because when it's closed, all you have to do is just do the little twisting motion and it activates the camera. So you can do that, and then you can also do the chopping motion, which opens up the flashlight, which I really like too. So you just do a little double chopping motion like that. That's nice. And it has a really, really big screen on the front. It's about 3.5 inches, and it's very, very enjoyable. So even a year later, I think this phone has a lot of life left in it, and of course it's a flip phone. There's not a whole lot of these options in the US. You've got the Samsung Galaxy phone, you've got this one, you got a couple others that you can pick up or you can import. You've got the regular RAZR, which is actually $499 right now, which is still a pretty darn good phone, but at $699, no trade-in required, no discounts, no sales, and you can get it for that price unlocked. I think $699 is good. You can get it straight from Best Buy and a couple other places as well. And a couple other nice things about it, it has a really big screen. Like, it doesn't look like it whenever it's folded closed, but when you open it up, you get this 6.9-inch screen, 165 hertz refresh rate. It is noticeable. I think it's noticeable, especially when you go from 60 to 165, or even using 120 and going to 165. The super high refresh rate is nice, and it's great to type on. I really enjoy typing on this phone. And one thing that's funny is whenever you have these foldable displays, not all of them have the greatest haptics, but this one has a very enjoyable typing experience. And then you close it and you've got the front screen as well. And they're both over 1,000 nits brightness, so you can see them pretty well. It's not any of those crazy ones like we have nowadays with 2,000 and 2,600 nits brightness, but they are amply bright. You can see it decently well outside. And the front screen is just nice because you can do whatever you want with it. You can use a calculator, you can play Boom Beach, you can open up X or Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want. And it's very easy because all you have to do is just go to the second screen, and then you can hit the little pencil to edit it, and you can add whatever you want. There's no extra software, no extra apps, no crazy steps you need to jump through like with the Samsung phone. It's straightforward and it's easy, and I think it's a sharp phone. I think Motorola did a really good job with this phone. I can't wait to see what we get with the 2024 version, but the 2023 version I think was a big shining star last year. And it takes a lot for me to say I really, really like a phone. There's some phones I do enjoy, and most phones are pretty decent, but there are very few last year that I was like, man, I absolutely love this phone. And the three that really stood out for me were the Sony Xperia 1 Mark V, absolutely love that phone. And then you had the Motorola Think phone, I love that phone. And then this one, I thought brought such good value in the flip phone segment. I thought that it challenged Samsung really well. It came out before the Z Flip, and I really think that they came out swinging and did an excellent job with this phone. And it just goes to show that if you can put something at the right price, you can make it about the experience. And that's what it is for me. The experience is so good, especially with the front screen, the build quality, beautiful phone, and it has all the power and performance you need to do for whatever you want. And it's not like insanely super expensive. And I thought they did a good job. So that's all I've got. Again, if you're interested in the phone, I've got links in the description. You can get it for $699. That's a good price. Of course, you might want to hold off too, because the new ones will probably be out in the next month or two, and then maybe they'll go down even further. But if you're in the market, there you have it. And that's my kind of follow-up on it a year later. I think they did a bang-up job with it, and I can't wait to see what we get for 2024. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.